Let me begin by saying thanks again for joining the Cicero team. We're excited to have you here. I look forward to working with you. At Cicero, we strive to ensure that we maintain a safe, comfortable, and professional work environment for every one of our employees, and that our work continues to meet the high standards for which we've earned an extraordinary reputation. To make that happen, we've instituted policies to ensure everyone's success and safety. These policies are carefully outlined in Cicero's Employee Handbook. Every one of you should have received a copy of the Employee Handbook. Our expectation is that you will read and understand the employment policies of Cicero. Each of you will be asked to sign a form reflecting that you have read the Employee Handbook and agree to adhere to it. Let me be clear. The purpose of the policies is to ensure your safety and success. If at any time you would like to review the Employee Handbook again, copies are available in the call center management office, the HR office, which is Renee Cook's office, and the Employee Handbook can also be found on the shared drive. Let me first start with the general policies. These are policies that are common in any work environment. The Cicero Group is committed to providing equal opportunity for all persons. We adhere to local, state, and federal employment laws. The following are each outlined in the Employee Handbook, but I thought it might be helpful if I just accentuate a few. Cicero is proud of our reputation for doing great work. A big part of that work is the smooth operation and consistent output of our data collection center. When on the clock, you are expected to use your time wisely and efficiently. Do not take unauthorized breaks and report your time accurately and honestly. Cicero's employees are expected to use proper care when using the company's property and equipment. Some things to keep in mind: do not ride on or damage company property. Use a spill-proof container for beverages, and clean up after yourself. Keep your workspace clean and treat phones, computers, and other equipment with respect. Remember, you aren't the only person using them. Punctuality and regular attendance are critical to the smooth operation of the call center and key to productivity. If you are consistently late or excessively absent, Cicero's ability to perform work is affected and an unfair burden is placed on your coworkers. If you're going to be absent or late, it is your responsibility to call your supervisor as soon as possible. Cicero takes threats of violence extremely seriously. Any act or threat of violence by or against any employee, customer, or visitor is strictly prohibited. This policy applies to all company employees. Any use or possession of weapons, whether illegal or not, is prohibited on company property. This includes knives, guns, martial arts weapons, or any other object that is used as a weapon. As a general rule, employees should use the internet connection for business purposes only. Personal use of the Cicero network should be kept to a minimum. Visiting sites that contain obscene, hateful, pornographic, unlawful, violent, or otherwise illegal material is strictly prohibited. Sending or posting discriminatory or harassing messages from Cicero's internet connection is not tolerated. Do not use the company internet connection to perpetuate any form of fraud or software, film, or music piracy. If you are unsure about what constitutes acceptable internet usage, please ask your supervisor for further guidance and clarification. Cicero does not assume responsibility for any personal property located on its premises. Employees are to use their own discretion when choosing to bring personal property into the office and do so at their own risk. Employees may not bring or display in the office any property that may be viewed as inappropriate or offensive to others. We also have policies that, while not particularly unique to Cicero, are policies that I think are important to accentuate. It is not uncommon for Cicero's clients to walk through our facilities. For this reason, attire is particularly important. On the 4th floor, the following is the dress code policy. The absence of cleavage, both in the front and in the back. No exposed midsections. No halter, strapless, or tank tops. no sagging pants, no short skirts or short shorts. The bottom of skirts and shorts must be no more than 3 inches above the knee. And clothing cannot be transparent, meaning it cannot be see-through. It is also important that clothing not have unreasonable holes, tears, or stains, and clothing cannot display inappropriate language or graphics. Please do not wear sunglasses, hats, beanies, or hoodies on your head. Finally, it is important that our facilities are odor-free, meaning absent strong body odor or excessive perfume. Now, when coming to the third floor, the dress code policy is a little more rigid. Because we're a highly professional research firm and clients expect us to dress the part. When coming to the third floor, individuals must be in business casual attire, which is defined as slacks, nice dress or skirt, and nice shoes and shirts. Tattoos should be reasonably covered. Multiple or conspicuous piercings should not be obvious. Again, the dress policy is not intended to be overly restrictive, but rather representative of a professional services organization. Protecting company and client information is critical to our success. You may be privy to information about a local political race or a not yet released service a large corporation is testing. Business information of this nature should not be discussed with anyone not employed by Cicero. Information designated as confidential, including personal information about a respondent, should never be discussed with anyone outside the organization, and no coworkers unless it is a need-to-know situation. Cicero is committed to providing its employees with a safe workplace and an atmosphere that allows them to work efficiently and to protect assets placed in their care. You are expected to be in suitable mental and physical condition while at work, allowing you to perform your job effectively and safely. Do not report to work under the influence of alcohol, illegal drugs, or other mind-altering substances. The company cannot accept the risk in the workplace that substance abuse may create. Possessing, distributing, purchasing, using, or being under the influence of alcohol or drugs on company property is strictly prohibited and will be dealt with in the most serious manner. Cicero reserves the right to require any employee to take a drug or alcohol test at any time. Refusal to take the drug or alcohol test justifies immediate termination. Cicero invested in a comfortable smoke hut located in the parking lot on the 4th floor. This smoke hut aligns with city ordinances surrounding the distance it must be located away from a building entrance. The smoke hut is intended to be comfortable and convenient. Smoking is not allowed in any other location within or near the premises of our building. And remember, the smoke hut is Cicero property, and therefore company policies are enforced in the smoke hut the same as anywhere else on company premises. Cicero is committed to maintaining a work environment that is free of harassment and discrimination. We take this charge very seriously. The company and the law prohibits discrimination against or harassment of employees by anyone, including coworkers, clients, and customers. We have implemented specific policies to ensure harassment and discrimination do not occur. The Cicero Group is committed to providing equal employment opportunity for all persons. Employment with Cicero is based on qualification and ability. Cicero is dedicated to employing persons for all positions without regard to race, color, religion, gender, including conditions of pregnancy, age, national origin, disability, marital status, sexual orientation, veteran, or other protected group status, and to base decisions regarding applicants and employees solely on an individual's job-related qualifications. Profanity and offensive language is not permitted in the workplace, and inappropriate or offensive conversations of a sexual nature or otherwise are prohibited. Verbal harassment includes such conduct as epithets, derogatory comments, slurs, or unwanted comments and jokes. Again, profanity is not permitted. Sexual comments of any nature are also not permitted in the workplace. Visual harassment consists of derogatory posters, cartoons, drawings, or inappropriate gestures. Any inappropriate personal presentation or dress can also constitute harassment. This includes such behavior as is commonly known as sexting or emailing to someone inappropriate pictures or jokes, regardless of the recipient's consent. Physical harassment is conduct such as assault, blocking normal movement, restraint, touching or other physical interference with work directed at an individual. For all intents and purposes, everything I've just outlined ensures someone is never sexually harassed. However, I'd like to spend a little more time on this topic. Please treat one another the way you would like to be treated. Please give one another the benefit of the doubt too. A smile or kind touch is rarely intended meanly or sexually. However, if someone asks you not to do something again, please respect their wishes. Telling jokes of a sexual nature, swearing, or making sexual gestures is not permitted. Purposely touching or rubbing against another in areas that the U.S. traditional culture would consider private is not permitted. Sexting, viewing inappropriate pictures in any form, sending sexually suggestive emails are also not permitted. We respect all genders and sexual orientation and never want anyone working at Cicero to feel uncomfortable. If you are made to feel uncomfortable, where possible, let the offender know so that they have the opportunity to apologize, correct, and not repeat their mistake again. Similarly, never feel obstructed in going directly to a manager to report any problem. Management is in place to assist, and it is expected that they will do so. Retaliation for having reported harassment or discrimination, or having assisted another employee in reporting harassment or discrimination, is strictly prohibited and in itself is a form of harassment. Cicero can respond to concerns about harassment or discrimination only if it is aware of the problem. Failure to report any conduct that an employee believes may violate this policy may affect the employee's legal rights. Therefore, we strongly encourage any employee who believes that he or she is being or has been subjected to any inappropriate conduct to notify a member of management immediately. Management is defined as the call center manager or assistant manager. Anyone in a director level role within Cicero, such as Trent Kaufman or Scott Hardy, or the person in charge of human resources, which is currently Renee Cook. If any employee becomes aware of inappropriate conduct being directed at someone else, a member of the management team should be immediately notified. Cicero is committed to following its formal complaint procedure whenever management is notified of a concern. Please remember that all of the topics we've discussed today are to ensure that we maintain a safe, comfortable, and professional work environment for every one of our employees. While we focused in this brief video primarily on what not to do, I hope you will know the enabling opportunities we hope to provide every single employee. We want Cicero to be a great place to work. We want you to not merely receive monetary compensation, but to relish the people with whom you work and the type of work you have the opportunity to perform. We want you to learn. We want you to grow. We want you to feel appreciated in your role at Cicero, and we want you to truly enjoy the people with whom you work. We care that Cicero is a great place to work. We care that people are better because of their employment with Cicero. We're a growing, thriving company. We hope that you will be a long-term member of the organization and participate in the company's continued success. Thank you for becoming a member of our team. If I or anyone in management can answer any questions for you, please do not hesitate to contact any one of us. It is the great employees we have that make Cicero the incredible company that it is. We're excited to have you join our team. I personally am looking forward to meeting you and to working with you. We're grateful that you've joined the Cicero team. Thank you.